Hi, everybody. I am very excited today. We're shifting a little from our staff spotlight and we are going more towards our board spotlight. And today I have with us one of our board members who's been with us since before the beginning of OBA. This is Dr. Karen Backway. You do so much for our school, but it's also what you bring to the table that is so significant for us on our board and for just the whole of OBA. So I would like you to sort of introduce yourself to the OBA family and sort of let them know what your background is and how that led you to OBA.
I worked as a pediatrician here in Kitchener for 10, 15 years, something like that. And predominantly, I worked with children with special needs. It wasn't just children with autism, but they got to be a lot of my practice simply because that's the direction and there's a huge need in the community for this, right? And it was one of my patients' parents off the cuff sort of said, oh, and by the way, we're starting a school. And that was just before I closed my office. So I was very intrigued by that, knowing that there's just such a need for children with autism in the school system. They just struggle. And the support that they need is just not there in the public school system, despite how much the school system tries. I mean, public school system, parents, teachers, kids, they'd all come to my office. And they'd all want to hear, how can we help this child? How can we help this child? And they listen and they take notes. The supports just weren't there for it to get into fruition in the public school system. Not the case at Oak Ridge Academy. Oh my goodness, there is just an incredible amount of support. And the children that attend there are completely different after a year. Completely different. And I used to see that in my office too, not with Oak Ridge Academy, but with the applied behavior therapy that the kids would get. And I'd make a diagnosis and I think, okay, and I do my paperwork and all that. And then 6 months later, they come back to my office and I'd like, did I make the wrong diagnosis? They were doing so well. And that was just with however many hours of applied behavior therapy they were getting, right? You put that in the context of Oak Ridge Academy, where they're in school, in an environment that provides that all the time, transformative. And the behaviors are a block to accessing the child's potential that need to be addressed. It's not just like, okay, here you have to redirect. They teach the kids how to, in a way, take ownership of their own behaviors. And then once that's in place, then they can start to learn. And it's just so much easier to learn when you're not fighting all of the behaviors. It makes it easier for the teacher. It makes it easier for the student. It makes it easier for the student's classmates. These kids, they laugh like every other kid. They can just be kids now. They're not centered out or taken out of the classroom. They're not spending all of their time in the principal's office. They're actually making friends. Oh, break your heart. You see pictures that you make of the kids holding hands with their friend.
One of the things that I have noticed as well is just their self-esteem. When they can believe in themselves, when they can work through their thoughts and be able to succeed and do well, just the change in their attitude towards themselves is amazing.
So on the board, I actually, much of my role is writing grants to try to get funding for some of the extracurricular activities that we provide for the kids. And we have some success and we have some not successful things, but it's all a learning process. One of our really successful programs was with, we got funding to provide young engineers training, and the kids love it. And the other grant, we got a grant to provide some gymnastics and yoga.
And that grant was actually through the Good Life Kids Foundation.
Yes.
That was incredible for us to be able to provide We have used it for Kung Fu. We have used it for swimming lessons. We've used it for, as you said, the gymnastics and yoga as well. And the kids just love those programs, which I will also add. Oakbridge Academy is a not-for-profit school. We don't receive any money from the government. And so everything that we fundraise really goes to help us run as a school. And so that grant money is very significant for us.
If it weren't for the grants, those programs wouldn't be happening. So many ideas for different activities for the kids to do. The trick is to find the funding and just provide it and let them explore. So that's pretty much what I do on the board I help out with the grants, and I help out with anything, like if they want me to show up for fundraising, I quite often will help Kathy with formal presentations, those kinds of things. I wish I could do more, to be honest. The time will come.
Now, some of the things that I know that you are doing during your retirement time, you have some very important, I was going to say people, they might as well be people that are in your life, one of whom may be walking in and out of the room as we're talking. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the fur people in your life that
my fur puppies?
Yes.
Miss Molly is my pride and joy and my comfort. And there is nothing better than a Monday morning snuggle with Miss Molly, cup of coffee. Yeah, I love them. I just have Miss Molly now.
Yes, unfortunately, there were a couple, and now.
Oh yeah, I'm actually not allowing myself to get a puppy right now. So, okay, maybe one 90-pound dog is enough.
Dr. Karen, thank you so much for all you do at the school, and thank you for joining us today. It's amazing to me. Board members who we have several actually who don't have a connection personally to the world of autism and special needs and to the Oakbridge world, but they see that this is so important that they want to dive in and they want to help in whatever way they can. And so thank you on behalf of the people that what you're doing is making a very huge difference in the lives of these incredible kids. I know that you love them as much as I do. So
yeah, absolutely my pleasure, and wish we could do more.
I agreed 100%. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Thank you.